Hi again. Sorry, I've been not really uploading anything in a while. I've been procrastinating basically, but well, as of last week, Tuesday last week, I've finished TAFE, aka college for semester 1. So I have about 3 or 4 weeks off until I have to go back for semester 2. So actually, I've been procrastinating for a week. Up until last Tuesday, I was doing a whole lot of final project work, and it was just very, very stressful. I was gonna have a mental breakdown last Sunday, and I made it through, and I'm happy. Last few days, I've been pretty unwell. I'm pretty much 90% now, but like Sunday, I couldn't get out of bed. Sunday was terrible. I've had headaches and everything. Yeah, it's just been unwell. But I'm good enough now to do recordings and stuff, so. And I haven't recorded in ages, so I thought, well, I should record. I haven't recorded in a while, so here's a video or two for you. I'll be recording a few today, so expect like this video and a few more over the next few days or so. I'm trying to keep everything active, but it's kind of difficult. It shouldn't be now that I only have my online life to worry about, because I have no homework until the 18th of July, which is when I go back. So hopefully I can focus more on just doing this along with fanfiction and doing art. Anyway, this video is going to be my review on Zootopia and Finding Dory, because I've recently seen both of them. Now, on a different note, Ice Age 5 is out where I am, but we're not seeing it just yet. I don't know why we're not seeing it yet, but I'm really hoping to see it soon, even though they kind of should stop, like, they kind of should have stopped at, like, 3, because I felt like, oh, 3, that's the end. Then there's a 4th one, there's a 5th one, I'm like, stop. Even Shrek stopped at 4. Okay, anyway. Now, spoilers alert. Mainly for Finding Dory, because Finding Dory is more new. I've only just gotten around to seeing Zootopia. Thankfully, I've already got it on I've seen it. Yeah. Thankfully, I've seen both of them very recently. Unfortunately, I probably saw them too close together, so my thoughts might be a bit combined into one, because they're both Disney movies, but you know, Finding Dory is a Disney Pixar movie. But I'll start with Zootopia, just so I don't have to make you guys like skip ahead in case of like Finding Dory spoilers, in case you haven't seen it. So again, if you haven't seen Zootopia either, spoilers alert, because I'm not the kind of person who likes to hide spoilers. I like the person like to hide spoilers just because people don't want to see them. Sorry guys. Okay, so Zootopia. Okay, first, it's actually a very unique movie. I really like it. Like, at the same time, it's that scenario where it's like, expect the unexpected. So like, the most unlikely person to be someone like that. It's kind of like Ratatouille, to be honest. Ratatouille being a rat, being a chef, that makes no sense. And then you've got a rabbit, bunny rabbit, being a police cop. But I like the scenario, and even Nick the Fox like says it in the movie. It's like, you're gonna give up your dreams and go back to your bunny farm and just be a carrot farmer. He actually says like the rest of the plot of the movie, but he doesn't add the good bit. He just expects the obvious out of Judy to happen. But the overall movie, like, with the main villain, I was not expecting that. I was kind of expecting the mayor to be behind it, but Disney did a good job. I mean, I'm starting to find the predictability in a lot of things lately, and I'm surprised that I actually didn't find the predictability until the last second before the main mastermind villain was revealed. I still can't remember her name fully, but it's the little sheep girl. It's the mayor's assistant. I forgot her name already, because I've only seen the movie like 2 or 3 times, so I don't remember everyone's names. I only remember like Nick and Judy and a few others. But I really like the whole how Judy gets one assignment and she ends up doing everyone's assignment. that's just amazing. It's like, whoa, she done all of it. And the ending was great too. I was a bit unexpectant of that too until like Judy faked like blood. And I'm like, oh, so she died? How'd that happen? Oh, the blueberries, okay. And then just last night I was thinking to myself, how did they switch it? But then again, maybe in the split second they knew when they ran off, they probably switched them over. Just in case, because I don't see them doing that before. Well, they might have, I don't know. I'm not their brains. I'm not a bunny or a fox's brain, so I wouldn't know. And because I'm like Judy in terms of getting things done quick. I didn't really like the sloth scene because like, oh my god, it's so slow. I'm like, come on. I'm pretty sure a lot of you feel with me on that. It's like, oh, just do it already. No, not a joke, no. That ending bit was fun as well. I was actually kind of expecting that. It's like, oh, let me guess. That's Flash, isn't it? Yep, there you go. That was fun as well. That really sad scene in the middle, I think, with Nick when he was a little kid. That was sad. It just makes you think that people just judge us for what we do and what we are, like what we're seen as. I know we're all not like, yes, we're animals at a higher level than all the other animals in the world, but technically we're still animals. I know we're all not different like species. We're not a fox, we're not a wombat, we're not a goose, we're humans. But still take into consideration. Some people are considered like, oh, even though you kind of look like a criminal, you want to be a doctor? No, you can't be that. See, it's a similar scenario to Ratatouille, but Ratatouille is like completely like, it's completely impossible. Like you think that can't happen. No, a rat being a chef. No, that can't happen. But with Zootopia, it's a lot different. It's like, don't judge people for what they are or what you think they're supposed to do, because they can do anything, and that's what the city of Zootopia is about. It's like everyone living in harmony, everyone doing what they want to do. Especially like the nudist part, it's like anyone can be anything. I just like that overall concept of the movie, and that's what makes it an amazing movie, and I loved the uniqueness of it. It was so unique. I loved it. It didn't have a lot of cliches like I thought it would, because it was, well, Disney's been doing a great job of that lately. I'm also looking forward to their other movies coming out soon, like Moana. But overall, I'd say Zootopia 9 out of 10. Just because, well, it's not my favourite, but it's definitely somewhere near the top. Because it's just very unique, and it's great I love the animation. The overall plot is amazing. I love how it has to do with friendship and accepting differences. And not judging for people who they are, or animals in this case. And anyone can be who they want to be. So that's Zootopia for you. Okay, moving on to Finding Dory. Spoilers alert. I'm going to put a big spoiler right here. So watch out. If you want to keep watching, go ahead. If you haven't seen it, I'm giving you a warning now. Either leave now or have your mind blown. Okay, now where do I start with Finding Dory? Now I've only seen Finding Dory once, obviously, because it's only in cinemas. But to be honest, compared to the first Finding Nemo, I don't think it's as funny as the first one. Like just the other night, me and my mum were saying lines from the first movie. And to be honest, I can't remember, even though I've only seen it once, but I have a good memory. So I don't really remember any good lines from Finding Dory. I mean, yeah, there are some funny bits, but to be honest, I don't think it's as funny as Finding Nemo. Now, don't judge my criticism. This is my review. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion, okay? I'd like to hear your opinions as well. But anyway, I really like the flashback scenes. I think they might have been getting a little bit too repetitive, but I like how they started it off with a flashback, just to bang it out, just so people knew exactly where the story was going. And I like how it sort of flowed into the start of the first movie, and then just skipped the first movie, because obviously we already know what happens after Dory meets Marlin. And then the beginning bit's a bit funny as well, where she keeps forgetting about the anemone stinging her. It doesn't feel forced how, like, she needs to find her family. But also, I think there should have been a bit more mention in the first movie. Then again, they probably didn't have the Finding Dory idea back then. I remember watching a 107 Facts about it recently. I can't remember when they pitched the idea, but it wasn't as far back as when Finding Nemo was released, about having Finding Dory as a movie. Now, Finding Dory as a sequel to Finding Nemo, comparing it to Cars 2, don't judge. It's better. It's definitely better than Cars 2. Now, I'm a big fan of Cars, so I'm obviously going to compare it to Cars 2 as well. But don't worry, I am judging it by itself as well. Now, in terms of using a secondary character as a main character in the second movie, this is actually a better attempt than Cars 2. Cars 2 just went way off. Like, just went into some other category, completely different from the first one. The second one, the Finding Dory doesn't do that. It doesn't trail off from the family theme. And I like that. Also, when Dory finally meets her parents, again, spoilers, I'm sorry if you've been watching all this long and you're like, oh my god, spoilers, oh no, now I know. Yes, when she meets her parents, it feels a little bit rushed, but at the same time, it's very adorable. The scene right before, when she thinks they're not alive, it's really sad. I even thought, no, oh no, But then I thought to myself, oh, is this going to be one of those cases where she's going to go, oh, but Marlin and Nemo are my family. Also, it's really weird having Dory say Marlin, because she never really said his name in the first movie. No, I don't think she did. Probably she might have forgotten it. But there's also some things I like to question Disney Pixar about some parts of the movie. Especially with the last scene at, like, after the credits. Like, how are the tank gangs still alive in the bags? That's disgusting. And another part when Dory's back in the aquarium she was born in, and her parents, where her parents lived and where she lived when she was a little fish, looks exactly the same. How could they not change that setup for God knows how long? I don't know how fishies work in the Pixar universe. I'm a bit disappointed not a lot of the characters from the first movie return, like the sharks didn't return, and to be honest, Crush was a very fun character. I mean, I love doing his voice as well because I'm so good at it, probably because I'm Australian, and a bit disappointed he had such a small role, but then again, we are shifting the spotlight to Dory, and they did do a better job at having her as a secondary character from the first movie as a main character compared to Mater in Cars 2. Because they were better at showing her, giving her more of a sympathy feel to the viewers, and also keeping her the same character she was from the first movie as a forgetful, funny, clever fish. Overall, it was a good movie. It's not my favourite, okay? Animation is good as well. The detail is amazing. I also love the little short at the beginning. The details in the sand are amazing. I wish I was working at Pixar so I could actually do that. Like, wow, sand. I'm doing every individual grain. It looks amazing. Disney Pixar continues to amaze me with its animation because as a fellow artist, that's all I look at when I'm watching all my Pixar movies. So because I'm a big Cars fan, I'm really looking forward to seeing how Cars 3 turns out too. Oh man. So overall, Finding Dory, not my favorite, but it's not my least favorite. Like, it beats Cars 2, but Cars 2 I only like because if you saw in my previous top 10 video, it's one of my favorites because it changed my life back in 2011. Like, this is how I got YouTube, DeviantArt, fanfiction, etc. But Finding Dory, it is a good movie, but it's not better than the first movie. Sometimes sequels are better than the first movie, sometimes they're not. But Finding Dory isn't horrible. It's good, but not great, in my opinion. So, thank you all for watching. I'll have more videos coming up soon. I'll see you then.